Right, Paul, Cheltenham were top overnight on Saturday, now back down to second, but it's the best start for 20 years. You have to go back to 94-95 season in the Southern League since Cheltenham started as well. So,
Yep.
how much are you enjoying this?
Yeah. Quite a lot, John. Quite a lot. No, it's been fantastic, and if you actually we played some tough teams as well. It's not like we've been playing teams necessarily who are struggling. You know, Morecambe having a great run themselves. Bury are up there as well. So no, and we got some tough places. So it's a fantastic start, and all credit to Mark and the players. I just sensed, you know, one of the things we were talking about pre-season, you know, was let's learn from what went wrong last year, both on the field and off the field. And I think the board's made a number of changes, and Mark's made a number of changes. I think the recruitment's been excellent. I think Sean North's obviously having a fantastic influence. But the fact we put a bit more investment into the management team with the full-time fitness coach, the video guy doing much more work, so we're actually in charge of all that sort of stuff rather than relying on others. I think Mark's almost, in some ways, I could compare him to Steve Quattrell in terms of attention to detail. You know, Steve was always a stickler for that, and I think Mark is now, I think, because he's got more support around him, he's able to perhaps focus on things he perhaps didn't before. I think fair play to all of them, have done a fantastic job, and the players are just clearly enjoying life, not just because they're a great start, but I think they're enjoying each other's company, they're enjoying the season's setup that we've got down there. So no, I'm loving it to bits. The only unhappy person is our financial director, because you've got to at the club here we only pay bonuses in the top 7, so we're not in the top 7. The players don't get bonuses. And at the beginning of the season, it's based on the first 6 games, so nothing gets paid until game 6. And at game 6, you're in the top 7, then the bonuses are retrospective. So I'm sure the players are all absolutely delighted with the start they've made, not just because we're top of the table, but they're going to be getting some nice green bonuses, which is something we hadn't budgeted for, I have to say. Yep. So everyone is delighted, but you know, we're also appreciative that it's 6 games in and still quite a few to go. But you know, I'd much rather be here on where we are than, you know, where Exeter are. Exeter, I think we're already got 12 points ahead of Exeter, something like that, you know. So it's great to have that start and that momentum. And I think I've noticed the gates as well have been pretty good. Bearing in mind we've had home games against teams which don't bring very many supporters. The game against Hartlepool, we had 400 more home supporters than we did for the previous home game, and the home game against Accrington. So that's good. And I think people are seeing us play well now. We're actually entertaining. We're actually an exciting team, even though we had 0-0 at Morecambe. If you look at all of our games this year, shots that we've had, both on and off target, we've usually surpassed the opposition. Don't shoot, don't score, do you? And I think we've scored more goals than he would have hoped for. And I think I saw a stat that this time last year we conceded 13 goals at this stage of the season. I think now we've conceded 4. You know, so we're much more solid, and the players that come in are first class. So long may it continue, and just calling the fans. The fans have been brilliant, particularly away from home. You know, we've got a good solid 150 going long way to Morecambe and Bury, and making a lot of noise and really getting behind the team. And it's great to hear at home as well. We're getting that noise support at the paddock and in the BSM stand and all on the ground really. So yeah, I've got to pinch myself a little bit, but enjoy it while you can. We know we've had plenty to sort of moan about, certainly the last season. So if you can't enjoy this, why be involved?
Mark Yates said after the game Saturday, slightly tongue-in-cheek, I think he also a bit serious, that he was having sleepless nights before the Bury game, you know, because the pre-season...
You're not the only one.
That's what I was going to ask you, because the pre-season, some of the pre-season performances weren't great, especially Kidderminster, and there was a lot of new players and nobody really knew what was going to happen. So were you apprehensive going into the season?
No, I mean, I think there was a lot of apprehension and concern amongst everybody at the club, really, supporters likewise, because we'd all seen the same performances. And I think the Kidderminster one just before the start of the season, you know, with the team which we envisioned would be the starting team for the Bury match, you know, 3-0 was a poor result. So I'm sure Mark was getting concerned. He didn't come across as being concerned, but I was certainly getting concerned, because one thing we didn't want was to have a slow start, which means the crowds drop off, and we're constantly chasing money and chasing other clubs. So it's great to have a big start. So yeah, no, generally was concerned. I'm not saying we had a crisis meeting, we didn't, but nevertheless, at that stage, Mark still had money to spend, and fair play to him. He didn't sort of knee jerk. You know, he'd gone for a number of players and perhaps missed out on them, but then didn't go for the next one. You know, as a reaction. And I think everybody would say the players he's brought in, without exception, have done a very, very good job, and they've been good signings. And the only worry is that they've done such a good job, their clubs might call them back. But you know, Kirby Arthur and John Marcus have been brilliant, but they've all been brilliant. Everyone's put a shift in.
Yeah, Bristol City and the JPT. A good draw in the League Cup with Brighton away, great place to go and play. Now you've got home against Bristol City in the JPT. Everyone knows it's Cotterell, and they're obviously going on the League One. So it's probably the most attractive draw Cheltenham could have got. Yeah,
well, in the last round we had Oxford, which was, you know, if you're going to choose a tie, you choose Oxford at home. And yeah, arguably Bristol City at home or away would have been your chosen one. It'd be great to have Steve back again, Marlon Pack, and we got on very well at board level with Bristol City. So it's a great tie for us. Both clubs started the season very, very well. Steve's obviously got a lot of fondness still for Cheltenham Town, and everyone here has got a lot of fondness for Steve and what he did for the club. You know, I'm sure he'll come here and he'll want to win. He won't want to lose that game. Equally, Mark will be very, very keen to put one over his boss. So no, I'm looking forward to that. It'll be great if we get it on TV, because I think it's one of the most attractive ties. It's sort of Southwest Derby, teams going well, and all the connections between the two. And that'll be the icing on the cake.
Got some good news for you, Paul. It's just been announced that it is on TV.
It's on
just
TV.
Been announced, so literally just been announced.
Fantastic.
So how pleased are you with that?
I'm really pleased with that. And I was saying last year we didn't get anything going for us last year, you know, with draws or anything at all like that. And this season we've had good draws, some lovely weather. But to go out to be on TV, it's a bit of extra cash for the club. Gives us that bit of breathing space. Means we can just look forward. And we're not going to go out and spend that money. I think I'm sure what we get. I think each club gets a certain amount of money. But great, you know, great for the players to be live on TV, and hopefully more fans will come along to see themselves on TV and things like that. So yeah, real bonus for us, real bonus.
Yeah, I know Steve Cotterell's a regular at Wadden Road when he's between jobs, and you still speak to him quite regularly. You still...
I don't. I only speak to Steve when he comes up here, to be fair. But Colin Farmer, our vice chairman, speaks to Steve regularly. They're normally speaking once a week and twice a week. They get on really, really well, those two. And I obviously got on well with Steve when he's the manager. I had a great relationship with him, and Colin has just carried that on. But when Steve comes up here, yeah, we always shake hands and reminisce and have a smile. And whatever the result against Bristol City, obviously I would love to win. But whatever the result, you know, we'll enjoy it, and Steve will come up and have a beer with us after the game, I hope.
Yeah, brilliant. That's great, Paul. Thanks
Brilliant.
a lot.
Just come up.